Hi, this is Melanie for Pardesi. I've just come back from seeing Middle Class Abbayi, a Telugu film starring Sai Pallavi and Nani. This is the second film that I've seen Nani in this year, and at least my second Sai Pallavi film. Nani had an interesting romantic film in Nani early this year, and he plays a similar kind of, well, middle class, everyman, boy next door kind of character in this film. And Sai Pallavi, after doing a great bold character in Fida, returns with also, I mean, if you saw the trailer, she walks right up to him, hands him a flower, and says, when can we get married? Basically, she is bold in approaching him. So, which sets him back on his heels. And that was my favorite part of it, is just how she delighted in kind of flummoxing him.
Hey, mana pelli vishayam em chesavu? Ee Friday na college holiday appudu cheskundama?
And, you know, just doing things that absolutely surprised him. So their romance was lovely, and there's a lot of comedy in this film. It's a little bit of a masala. Nani's character is sort of, you know, he is upset because his brother has moved away with his new wife, and then his brother asks him, will you go with your sister-in-law? She has a job change. So that's the reason why they are kind of thrown back together again. Bhumika plays the sister-in-law, and it was really interesting to me because I felt like her role was something in another film would have been a man's role, where she was an official. She wasn't a damsel in distress in the most, as normally in a masala film. So she had the role of, in other films it would have been our hero's brother or his father or something like that. Someone who is an official who just has a heart of gold and doesn't see the danger and just has to act on their own principle. And that's the way Bhumika's character was. She just forged straight ahead with her principles and what she believed in, and damn the consequences. She wasn't begging to be rescued, but Nani, just the same way he would for a brother or whatever, did everything that he could to smooth her path with the baddies in town. So that's the masala conflict that creates the fights. But what was unique about this film is that relationship between a brother-in-law and an elder sister-in-law. I'm not sure that I have seen another film quite like this. You know, it was really the two of them alone for significant periods of time where they were really exploring that relationship. I was in a full theater, and everyone was really laughing at the comedy, especially in the first half, just setting up the whole situation.
Nani? Nani? Nani?
Both Nani's reaction to, you know, being asked to cut vegetables or whatever it was to help out in the household, on top of all of the romantic shenanigans and fun things that happened in the development of his relationship with Sai Pallavi. Now, the music in the film was just ordinary. It was pleasant, but none of the particular songs blew me away on the soundtrack. Sai Pallavi does a great job dancing, and so does Nani, but again, no particular number stood out. I will say one thing that was kind of interesting is that Sai Pallavi in some instances was wearing a sari, but in some of the dance numbers she was wearing a skirt and like a tight long sleeve t-shirt. I mean, and obviously it was a deliberate choice because it would like change to different colors. Is that really something stylish, or is it just that she is so modest in her bearing that that's what she considered acceptable to wear in a dance number? Because it was so strikingly different than any other Telugu female star that I have seen as to what she'd be willing to wear. Now, she was bearing her midriff slightly and wearing a sari in other scenes, so I don't know, it just was notable to me that she was wearing this long sleeve, long tunic t-shirt with a flowing skirt for the dance numbers, several of them. I thought her performance was just delightful. I love a spunky heroine, a heroine with a lot of fire and spirit, and that's definitely what she brought. She didn't have as much to do in the second half of the film, but the first half was really delightful, the whole setup of the romance. Now, Kishore, who is always great in a comedic role, just has a very small appearance in this film. He doesn't have a major role, but he's always a welcome face in any film. But, you know, overall, the villain didn't really impress me so much. And I would just say, overall, the film, I was shifting in my seat a little bit. It's enjoyable, but it's not great. It's an average film for me, but it's still an enjoyable family film. That's kind of my review. It was just nice to be in the theater and seeing a Telugu film after a while and seeing it with a nice big crowd. Everyone obviously was really excited to see this new film with Nani and Sai Pallavi. So I'm pleased to see that she is doing more work in the Telugu industry. Her stardom is rising, and that's great because I want to see more and more of her. She can go back to Malayalam films too, but I love that she is doing more work, and especially parts like this, which are so different. And it made me think about the fact that Bhumika was playing the elder sister and very reserved. It just reminded me of the kind of parts that Bhumika had played in her younger days, and how she was just kind of that trembling lip, total damsel in distress in films like, I think she was in Mahesh Babu's Akadu, or, you know, very different than Sai Pallavi's kind of character. And that's great. You know, I like it that there's a little bit of both. We don't always have to have the just fearful damsel in distress. We can have strong characters like Bhumika's in this film and like Sai Pallavi's. Anyway, if you had a chance to see Middle Class Abbayi, let me know what you thought in the comments, if you enjoyed the film or if you're looking forward to seeing it. If you like this video, please share it, press the like button, subscribe to us here on Pardesi, and if you hit the bell, you'll get a notification of any new videos that we put out. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Pardesi YT.